When you click on the link for the Canva template, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. The first page in the file are some written instructions on how to use the template. The second page is the template itself. So you just click on Use Template, and it will open up in Canva. Now, if you look at the name of the file, you'll see that it now says copy of chip bag template, because that way it's a template that you are not writing over the original. It's made a copy of it. And so you can rename it whatever you want. Let's just label this one birthday party chip bag. You can either delete this page or you can just scroll down and ignore it for now. So I've got everything grouped together here, and it's also locked so that you don't accidentally move it. So take a look at the text first. Top, bottom border, that's pretty self-explanatory, as well as the front. On the edges here, we're going to put some glue when we glue our bag together, so you don't want any of your design there. As well as here on the side. That's the area of the template that's going to end up on the side of the bag. And so, it's not going to be really visible, so you don't want to put any of your main graphics there. It's okay to have some overlap into that area. Just realize that it's going to be on the side. Now, if you look, this part on the left says back right. The part on the right says back left. That is not a mistake. That is how your bag is going to end up looking when you wrap it around the chips and glue it together. What shows up here in your design on the left will be on the right. What shows up here in your design on the right is going to end up on the left. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and why that matters in just a few minutes when we create our actual design. So once you kind of know where everything is lining up, you can go ahead and delete that layer. You'll have to unlock it, and then you can just click on the trash can. It'll ask you if you want to delete the element or the group. If you delete the element, you're going to delete just the part that has that blue box around it. If you delete the group, you're going to delete all of it. So now we're left with this top and bottom border and our alignment rectangles in the middle. The white area is just a background. So let's add a nice background for our birthday party bag. I've already kind of looked through these, and I like this purple swirly background. I want to make my top and bottom border something that kind of coordinates once I add my graphics. So I'm not going to do that just yet. You could do it if you knew what you wanted. You don't have to have a top and bottom border. You could just leave your pattern. You don't have to have a pattern. You could have a solid color, just whatever you want. Now, Canva has a lot of built-in graphics. I actually have the Pro account, so I have access to more graphics and I don't have to pay for them on a per-use basis. So if you do not have the paid version of Canva, you may not have all the graphics that are showing up on my screen. But I had gone through them earlier and looked for different elements for birthday. Just clicking on graphics here, so I didn't have any videos or audio files. And I picked out some clip art like these balloons and a cake slice. And so rather than have to scroll through and find those again, I set up a folder and put all of them in there. So to create a folder, all you have to do is go down here to where it says folders, and you can click on Create New. Then name your folder. If you have team members, you can add that. whatever you want. And so once you put in the name, just click on Create Folder, and your folder will all be set up. You can add graphics to it. You can add videos, whatever you find in Canva. So I've got these balloons and a cake and some word art and some more cake. I think I'd like to have a party hat too. So let me show you how you would add that to the folder if you wanted to do that. Let's go back up here to Elements, and now I'm going to look for a birthday hat. I like this one. So if I just click on these three dots up here, I can click on Add to Folder and then search my folders. So let me just put Happy Birthday, and that's the one that comes up. Click on Move here. And now if I go look at my Happy Birthday folder, it also has that party hat in there. So I'm just going to start moving these graphics over. Not going to worry about the placement or the size just yet. Let's see, let's put that there. Maybe this here. And I think this will look good here. Okay, now let's fix this part on the front. Let's make this a little bigger. I think it's a good angle. I could rotate it if I want. Put this down here. I actually think I want this on this side. Maybe this on this side, because when it's all said and done, I want my balloons to be on the right. So I'm going to put them on the left, and I'm actually going to angle them this way because they are going to be on the right hand side of my template. So it'll kind of, on my chip bag. So it's going to look backwards to you. But once you've done this a time or two, you will have it all down. Now think about this. We don't want our cake facing this way. We want it facing to the inside of the back. So let's just take that and flip it horizontally. Cut that down just a little bit. Put this over here. But think about it. If I angle this way, that's going to be, it'll still be all right. It will be facing the inside, but you know, it's okay. Mainly that our cake is going the right way, I think. It's kind of cute. If you look on a chip bag, most of them have some nutrition facts and some a UPC symbol. So let's see if we can find that. Let's look for barcode. I think it's in my folder here. Let's go back to the all elements. Put a barcode. And we can pick any of these barcodes here. Like, how about this one? That one's good. I think it needs to be on this side. You know, I think I'd like one a little taller here. So I'm going to delete that. You just play around with it. That's what's fun. Oh, that one's white. I don't want a white one. I need a black one. Let's see what this one is. Well, not liking any of these either. Maybe just this one. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. That's good. Whatever you like. You could put some more clip art in there if you like. And I want to put some nutrition facts. Now, when I searched earlier, I did not find any nutrition facts or a label that I really liked. So I went to Design Bundles, and Design Bundles has a lot of different things like that. You can just type in nutrition facts and you'll find all of these. You'll find, you know, funny ones, serious ones, um, different occupations, mom, zodiac, food, all different things. There was even one, yeah, right here that you could fill in yourself. But I picked one that already had the SVG and the PNG. I picked this Birthday Girl Nutrition Facts. And I'm going to show you how to upload something like that to Canva. So if you just go over here to Canva, click on Uploads, Upload Media, and then go to where your file is saved. So here's my Nutrition Birthday Girl PNG. I can either double click on it or I can click Open. And it will upload to Canva and then I can use it. I'll give that just a second. And then let me pull that over here and you'll see that I can just use that right there. And because of the size of that, I don't know, we might like to put this better over here. Put our balloons over here. Now let's remember, as we change this, we want this going this direction. And we could flip our cake if we wanted. I think it would be better if we did. Flip it back. Personal preference, but you get to be the designer. That's what's fun about it. Then we'll put all of that in there. And then once we have everything lined up, we can just delete these alignment rectangles. Now, if you like how that looks with the pattern showing through, that's great. But if you want it to show up a little more boldly, you could add a square behind it that was a solid color. So let's just go over here to Elements, and we're going to pick the Lines and Shapes. And we'll pick a square. And you can resize that. I think I'm going to play with it just a little bit. Let's see. Let's position that. Let's go backwards so that it's right behind the barcode. And I'm going to zoom in on this so we can really see it. I'm going to use my arrow keys to kind of nudge this down a little bit if I can. Well, my arrow keys didn't work, so I use my mouse. See, just something like this. And we can make that pink, or we could make it solid purple, whatever we think looks good. So here's that light purple, kind of looks good, kind of makes it stand out. And then if I want to do one for the nutrition facts, I can just click on that one and copy it and paste it. And you see it tells me that to copy and paste in Canva, I can't really use the right click menu. So I'll click on that. I'll do a Command C on my Mac, or you would do a Control C on a PC and a Control V. Put that over here. Stretch it out. And position it behind the nutrition facts. That'll help that stand out just a little bit more. If I want to make sure that those two things are perfectly lined up, I can click on one to select it, hold down my shift key and click on the other one. It's not really doing it for me like that. So let me click on the square first and then the nutrition and go to position, align the elements in the middle and at the center. And that's nice and lined up. I think it would look better though if we went down just a little bit and maybe made this a little tighter. Something like that. Okay. Now the last step is we'll go ahead and put a color in those borders. We could have done that earlier, but I wanted to wait to see what colors we used in our graphics. So I'm just going to select this top border. Now it is locked and it can't be edited until we unlock it. I will pick a color here. Maybe, I don't know if I want to use that light color there. I think I'd rather use like a pink or something. You can go here, you can select all kinds of colors. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with this bottom one. It has to be unlocked. And if I go here, it will usually show me the last color I chose. Or if you have a specific color, well, you can see right here that this square is around this color, or you can copy that code. So if I were to go here into the all colors palette and have this selected, it shows me that this hex code is E997C8. So I'm just going to copy that by doing a Command C. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put that same code in and it automatically picks that color and inserts it. Once you're done designing, you will download this to your hard drive and then print from there. So to download it, you click on Share, Download, and then it'll give you some file types. I want to download mine as a PNG, but you could use a PDF, a JPEG, whatever you want, but I like the PNG. I do not want it to have a transparent background. If for some reason there's any areas that don't have color, I don't want that to just be blank. And that happens sometimes when you use PNGs. They'll have, our template should be all filled with color, but unless you want a transparent PNG that you're going to put on top of something else, I do not check the transparent background button. We don't need both pages, we just want our template. So I clicked on page 2 for the template. If for some reason all of the boxes were checked, you just click on all pages and it will uncheck the boxes and then you will select the page you want. Click done, click download, and then it will ask you where you want to save it on your computer. I'm just going to save mine to my desktop and I'm going to save it just as birthday party chip bag. That will be fine. Click save and then it's ready for me to print out and assemble my custom chip bags. Now that we've got the wrappers printed out, we're ready to assemble the chip bags. I have several designs here that I've made and printed out. And I printed all of these on this Koala Inkjet Glossy photo paper. It's really the one that I prefer for chip bags. Now, I have also used this Pen and Gear, which you get at Walmart, um, to do some chip bags, and it did fine. It's just a little thicker, and also I have found that when I was using it, both for the chip bags and for print and cuts, that it sometimes the image will kind of scratch off a little bit, but it works okay, if you know, especially for something that you're just going to really unwrap and throw away. You could also use plain paper. You could use cardstock, although cardstock might be a little thick, but you could use some plain, just plain printer paper. You could use brochure paper, all kinds of different options. So if you can't find this, or you don't have time to order it from Amazon, which is where I got mine, then just use what you have. Use what's readily available. Putting them together is really very easy. You just need some adhesive, and they fit these 1 ounce chip bags. Now you'll see that all of these are 1 ounce, these right here, although they're all a little bit different shape. You know, this is a little bit bigger than these, and these are a little bit smaller. All those are 1 ounce. This popcorn is a 5/8 ounce bag, but it fits as well. You don't have to use pre-bagged chips. You could use candy or small toys. You could put your own treats inside plastic Ziploc bags, just whatever. The sky's the limit. You get to be the creative genius behind your project. You're going to need some adhesive. You can use a liquid glue, a tape runner like this one right here. It's kind of big and unwieldy for doing the final seal, and you'll see what I mean about that in just a little bit. But the one you could also use hot glue. I don't really like hot glue as much, but you could use hot glue, or you could use a glue stick. Just experiment. But what I really like to use is this double-sided adhesive. So it comes on a roll. You can get it at craft stores like Hobby Lobby, or you can get larger rolls at scrapbook.com. And so when you roll it off, the sticky is on this side first, but then it has this paper liner you pull off, and you'll see why I like that better. For an extra added touch, you can use a paper crimper. I've got the one that's straight. It does come in other designs, but for this project, you would want the straight one. Don't have to have it. It just adds a nice finishing touch and makes it look more like a real chip bag. Some people like to trim theirs off. I don't. I just use the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet. And let's see how that works. Now these are going to wrap around your chips like so, and it'll be a pretty tight fit. So you can use this double-sided adhesive on all 3 parts, or you can put some other kind of adhesive here, but I'm going to show you what I do. If I had printed this out and it still had white lines, I would just use those white lines. Usually they're about 1/4 of an inch, and as my guide. But since this one was printed borderless, I'm just going to run this adhesive right along here. Doesn't matter whether you put it on the left or the right, but you only want to put it on one side. I'll just trim that off. And it doesn't have to be as long as the border here, but pretty close. Now, before I wrap this around and seal it, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive right here in the center. So you want it to cover that bottom part. Just put it right there. And right here, you could use double stick tape too, but this paper liner is what really makes it nice. Okay, so I'm going to roll this around and just kind of figure out. Not going to fold it, but I'm just going to kind of, get it in place there. Going to match up those edges. And then I'm going to peel off the paper liner from the bottom. And that's what I like about this, because I'm not having to reach in here and manipulate that around. So I've got that about in the center. I'll seal that up. Slip my bag in here. And peel off the paper liner from the top. The top one is always the one where you gotta take just a little bit of extra time, because you're working around that bag that's already in there. But see how easy that is with the double-sided adhesive roll? You don't have any liquid glue to mess with. You've got a chance to position it well, and you can put the adhesive on there before you actually stick it down, because it has that paper liner. Now, to use this crimper, you open it up, and there's these two rollers in there, and you're going to slip that paper in there. See if we can get a good camera angle on it. And then close it down. And then turn it counterclockwise to start. I don't think I caught mine in there. Let's do this again. Always a lot harder to do on the camera. Let's see if we can do this like this. Okay, maybe if I turn it this way, I think that would help. Okay, press it in there, close it down. Now I'm going to... Okay, here we go again. I'm doing it upside down, and it's... Okay. Close it. Barely. Let me turn this back around now. Counterclockwise, which is actually towards you, and then away from you. And just go down there a little bit. And then out. You've got a nice little crimp there. Now let's see if I can do this other one a little faster. Just put that in there. Clamp it down. Just a little bit to start and then away from you. And you can kind of see when it gets to the top of that. And then you got a cute little chip bag. If you want to see me do one without the double stick tape or the double-sided adhesive, we can do that too. It's just a little bit more where you have to kind of move your wrist around there a little bit. So let's put this along here. Now that's a wider strip of tape, so it ends up covering up just a little bit more of our design. Okay, now I'm going to have that kind of in the middle there. And I will just put some adhesive in there. I did read that the hot glue works, but it's a little harder for kids to tear open. So you might keep that in mind. So just make sure you've got adhesive all along there. Seal that up. Make sure that your adhesive is stuck down. Let's try this one. See how it does. Crimping it will help it kind of stay closed too. All right, let's again. You can. Depends on how coordinated you are. If you can roll it along in there, that's great. For me, it works better just to kind of go along like this and make sure I've got it all the way. Make sure those get sealed down. Now that edge, it'll either be, I've got some adhesive there and it's, that edge right there will be crimped, but if you don't like it, you could just take it and trim it evenly. Those in the crimper. Quite even. And there you go. I hope you'll try this project out for yourself. Make some custom chip bags for if they're a pool party, a birthday party, bridal shower, Halloween. I think they'd be fun to put treats in for Halloween, whatever you want to do. And I'd love it if you would come share your projects with me over in my Facebook group. That's the Silhouette Crafters by Design Facebook group. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.